Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Insight. We got Tyreeq Bakinson today, man. Tyreeq, give us a little introduction on yourself. Like, what's your name, family, little thing, innit?
Um, Tyreeq Bakinson, obviously, um, a professional footballer from London, and obviously started out at Luton, and then now at Bristol City.
All right, cool, man. Let's get into it. So, how you doing? How you been doing with quarantine? How you been keeping fit? Well, obviously, before you've now gone back to training, but how are you like staying motivated in that?
Yeah, I had quite a while off actually because I was on loan at Plymouth at the time, and then we were on the way to a game, and they actually just said like um, all the games are cancelled, everything's called off, so you can just go home. And this was obviously in March,
Oh, damn.
so so they ended the season on average points and then had to go back to my parent club, but we weren't allowed to train. I wasn't eligible or anything, so I was literally having to just do runs on my own time, gym sessions, and obviously the gyms were closed as well because
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
was
yeah.
closed down. So um, asked a load of personal trainers, people at the club who could help me and kind of send me programs and exercises I could do at home. But obviously the motivation part is on your own. You've got to just kind of get yourself up for it, and that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
obviously quite tough. But yeah, I've been back now for a week, literally a week today, and yeah, that was a bit rough. Like the transition, like it's not the same when you're running at home, and now you're running with coaches watching you, and it's like more intense, and everyone wants to impress, especially because we have a new manager now as well.
Oh, swear.
So yeah,
So especially like
so
a fresh start in it kind of thing.
yeah, literally. But kind of it is and it isn't because obviously the assistant manager from the
Oh,
previous manager got the job.
okay.
So it's kind of it is and it isn't.
Oh, fair play. So let's start from the beginning. How did you start football and what age and whatnot?
I think I just started playing with my dad,
Yeah.
just kind of just enjoying the game, just playing. This was around probably 8,
Okay.
and then obviously started playing Sunday league, just things like that. Literally just enjoying the game as a kid, just playing for fun, just trying to score as many goals as you can and stuff like that. And then and obviously then obviously got picked up by Luton at around 10, 11.
Yeah. Damn. What do you call it? How was Luton? How did you find it? Like, obviously, you came up through the ranks and eventually went first team. So like, how was like going through up the years? Like, how did you find the coaching? How was the whole experience?
I think it was good for me personally because I think as a smaller club you get more time to kind of just develop into the player that you want to obviously be because you see at like Arsenal, Chelsea's and all the kind of big Premier League clubs, it's more of like a conveyor belt. Like if you're not doing it, you're just
Yeah,
out and there's someone else that's always gonna replace you.
true.
So I feel like there was probably a period where I was like growing up, kind of getting growth pains and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
probably wasn't playing that well. And they kind of stuck with me. So for me, I thought it was all quite good, and the coaching was good, taught me a lot. So
yeah.
for me, I thought it was the right environment.
For sure. How did you balance school and playing? Because I know, like for me, it got hectic because I lived in what I live in Milton Keynes, so traveling to Luton and at them times we're training at Bulldog, innit? So
Yeah,
like having to make that journey after school, then making it back, and then day release. Like, how did you
yeah.
balance like school and football?
Um, I think really I have to kind of say thank you to my parents for that, to be honest, because I think
Yeah,
it was more about the organization, because say like you'd have an hour for like your homework and then you'd leave for training, or it was just kind of trying to squeeze everything in. So I think they were quite good with that and kind of helped me out quite a lot
yeah, for
because there was a
sure.
lot to kind of juggle around.
Nah, for you. How did you enjoy like the tours and stuff?
Yeah, I think they were probably the most exciting parts. That's
Yeah.
when like they were probably the moments when you felt most like a footballer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
at a
yeah,
young age that are on a way to kind of go and play a tournament, and you gotta kind of eat right. You know what I mean? It was just kind of preparing you and gearing you up for what you
for
would have
sure.
to do in the future.
Where did you get to go?
I went to Austria, Switzerland, and Germany,
Yeah.
and
Which one was your best one?
I'd probably say Switzerland.
So yeah,
Yeah, that was definitely a good one.
why?
Um, Outdoor tournament.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think we can't remember if we won it or not, but we got like very far, maybe semi-finals.
yeah.
And just like for me personally, performance-wise, it was probably like one of my best, I think.
Who else was in your age group at the time, or who got to go? I'm trying to think.
My
Is
age group,
yeah.
it was me, Freddie Hines, George
Uh,
Murray, Jack Sneeders, Cavan Cotter,
yeah.
that age group. Yeah,
Mad, mad. What? Did
had
you not
quite a
enjoy?
few good players.
Yeah, that's what I actually saw Jack the other day, you know. And Cavan.
Yeah,
Um, so shout out to them. But why did you not enjoy the indoor tournaments?
um, I don't know. I think at the time my feet weren't that quick. Proper close together in it, small, like futsal pitches. So
Yeah.
I didn't really thrive as much in those ones at that age.
Fam, what do you call it? Germany was peak. I remember the first time we went there because we never used to do like indoor tournaments ever. And I
Yeah,
remember like Greg and that were like, yeah, yeah, we're going to indoor tournament. Like we're gonna play all these big teams like Schalke, Bayern, and all that. So we're
yeah.
thinking, yeah, we're gonna be calm. Yeah, we got peppered still. It was sad.
Yeah, it really showed you the level, didn't it?
It's mad, isn't it? Like I think like for like when you're in England at the time, like obviously you're just thinking it's like us lot, like Luton and all the Prem clubs,
Yeah,
but you forget about the kids in the academies that are coming up in the other
yeah.
places.
So I'm saying that's why I think it was good because obviously it made you really want to get your head down and work because you realize like how far away you actually are. Like these players are sick. Do you know what I mean?
Facts.
So you come back with a different kind of mindset. Like, nah, I need to work. Like, I need to
Yeah,
get my
yeah.
head down.
No, for sure. How was Austria? Because I remember I went to Austria with my age group. Um, yeah, that was a mad tournament.
Yeah, I think it was probably. I think it was kind of the same setup as when you went, so it didn't really change as much from when I was going. So it was probably around the same as you, but
Did we
I thought
go?
all of them were actually quite good.
Did we go at the same time?
Um,
Because they used to.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Hold on, is Jamal your age group?
Nah,
He's not. He's younger.
he's a year older.
He's yeah older.
Yeah, older. Yeah,
Because I remember when we went out, Jamal and that were playing on the other pitches and stuff.
yeah, yeah. I think he's 1 year older.
Oh,
But
raw.
obviously at that time they were mixing the groups because remember it was a different like age barrier in it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you know
It's
how we do September to September, they do January to December in it.
to December. Yeah, yeah. So a couple man
Yeah, so we had a few
got
boys
allowed, didn't
mixed
it?
up. Yeah,
Damn. Now I imagine we went to Austria and we played this team. I think it was Salzburg, bro.
yeah,
I think we played Salzburg, and at that time, like our age group was good because we had, I think it was like 15, 16. So we had like Corley, Jamal, Brett,
yeah.
like them guys were all
A
in
lot of
there.
good players.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. We got deaded.
still.
Like, yes, bro. Like at that time, yeah, we had Corley, like Jerome, Michael Caine, Charlie, like everybody who was like that time was like
Doing well.
who's gone and done well, obviously. Yeah, like literally we got done. And that's when I first realized I was like, yo, like we're so far off it.
Yeah, like we need to work in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, it's mad.
So I mean, I think it's good to kind of like get that early on.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. So obviously now you've gone up and like you got your scholarship. How did you hear that? When did you get it? And how did you feel?
I think I was one of the first ones in my year to get
Yeah.
my one, and obviously this was I think 15.
Okay.
So obviously I think it was nice to kind of get that security early
Yeah, yeah,
because then it was like you could just kind of focus on your game now. You can just play freely, really, innit? Because a lot
yeah,
of players were playing to try and get the scholarship. You know what I mean? And I kind of knew that mine was already kind of sorted, so I can just get my head down and just play. You know?
for sure. But at that time, because I got mine, so I joined Luton at 13, and I got my scholarship at
Yeah,
14. So I was in the same mindset as you. I was like, okay, cool.
yeah,
Like now I can just chill. I don't have to worry about.
yeah. Just play.
But did you use that time to work on yourself, or did you get your foot off the gas a little bit? Because a lot of people do that.
Yeah, I think at that age though, you don't really do that. You just play and just enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And when you're enjoying, that's usually when you're playing the best. So I
yeah,
feel like I just kind of kept on going, just carry on improving and stuff. And then obviously at the same time, I could focus on my school as well
yeah, yeah.
because there wasn't that pressure of, am I gonna get a scholarship? Am I gonna, you know, be out of football and stuff?
No, for sure. Yeah, it was a mad one because like it was always weird how like maybe like a couple people got it bit early, but then like everyone at the end is like scourging,
Yeah,
and now you're thinking like, am I gonna get one? Like, what am I gonna do
yeah.
if I don't? But thank God you did, innit? How was stepping into youth team? So obviously now you got your GCSE results. You're already knowing that man's not doing this
Yeah.
school thing anyway. So how was youth
Yeah.
team for you?
To be fair, it started off rough because obviously you come in and now you're in like a men's environment, and it like
Yeah,
we're not kids anymore. We're playing for points, results, and we're playing to win, you know. And obviously, we had the second years above us, and obviously, there was someone in the second year who played the same position as me.
yeah, yeah.
So for the first few games, I wasn't really involved.
Oh
I was
shit.
on the bench, like for literally, I'd probably say um, a while, you know. I'd say the first half of the season, probably spent most of it on the bench.
So how did you deal with
And
that mentally?
obviously, yeah, that was rough because obviously you go in excited, like you want to play, you're buzzing, you're thinking I got my scholarship early, like I'm a player. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like obviously you think, yeah, I'm
yeah.
a baller, I should be playing, isn't it? Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
So obviously that was like a kind of like a reality shock. Like there's there's like it doesn't always go your way because obviously until that point everything was kind of going slowly up. You know what I mean? Everything's working, everything like we're all good. GCSE results all good. Like and obviously you reach that like first kind of dip and you're like, shit, like, what do I do? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So I think that was mentally quite rough, quite tough, and had to learn that it's not always gonna go your way, but you gotta carry on working.
For sure, man.
And there was I think he got injured, so the managers threw me in, and by then I was thinking, like, I've got to be unbelievable today. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like
Yeah,
that kind of spurred me on to do even better.
for sure. I remember like coming back and watching a couple games, and you guys killed it though. Like your age group was killing it.
Yeah, we played. Yeah, we had a really good team that year. Got to quarterfinals, isn't it? Youth Cup.
Mad. Our youth cup was a mad thing. I missed out on that my second year because
Crazy.
of the injury. But
Yeah,
yeah, like, did you get to train with the first team a lot? Like once you now broke in and were getting your
yeah,
feet and stuff.
yeah. I think um, at this time we were kind of on the way up as a club in it at Luton. So yeah, we were getting some good, really good players in. So we were training with the first team, and it was really good.
How was the jump from youth team to first team? Only for them, like when you're training with them, obviously you're very excited. You get called across in it. I remember them days.
Yeah.
Get called across there, and you're thinking, what was your mindset? Were you going into them thinking like I need to kill it, or was it let me make sure that I don't look out of it?
Yeah, I don't know, I think at first it's just nerves, like you don't even think about that.
Yeah,
But then when you start playing, you kind of just football, you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's the same whether you're with youth team or first team, but it was just a lot quicker. So you had to really be like on the ball. But I used to really go into the sessions, which probably I think back now probably wasn't right, but I used to go in thinking, just don't mess up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
don't go in there and ruin the session or something. When probably should have been going in a bit more of a positive mindset. But I think at like 17, you don't really think that. You just go in and think, all right, let me not just make an idiot of myself.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And then how did it progress more and eventually you getting your pro in it?
Yeah, it was the new manager came in at that time, Nathan Jones,
Mm.
and then he was more of like a football and passing kind of manager. He wanted to play football on the floor, which kind of suited me more. And then played some games, carried on training with the first team, carried on progressing, and then we had, I think it was a cup run where you could play like, remember that? I think it was, I don't know if it was Carabao Cup, but you could play like 23s from like the big
Oh,
clubs, could play like Swindon or something. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so we had like a young team out, and he put me in, played a few games, played well, and it kind of just progressed from there.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I remember Frankie Masunda scoring that header. I remember
I
against Gillingham.
I remember, but
Yeah, I was playing that one there.
that's mad because obviously I was still in America at the time, so I'm just praying. I'm thinking, right, man, like Frankie, but he's always been a headers
Yeah,
guy though.
yeah, exactly. Socially, yeah, played well. A few of them, and then just carried on progressing. And then I feel like they just decided that I was at the level where I could consistently play with them or train with them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And obviously the pro came along.
How did you find moving from training with the youth team to training with the first team and then actually playing games? Because obviously training is different to games
Yeah,
at different levels. So how did you like
yeah.
get used to that
I
one?
think I think you just kind of play to the best that you can, and you kind of try and find your ceiling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like wherever they put you, just try and adapt to it, and can you do it? Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it was just a lot quicker. I think that was it.
yeah,
The pace of thinking, the pace of that people do things was just a lot quicker.
damn, that's mad.
Because obviously you can't get away with being physically better than like 18-year-olds when you're all men. You know what I mean? Everyone's a grown man now. You can't take a bad touch and just go through someone, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
facts.
they're just as strong.
That's true. So yeah, how is it now? Obviously, you got the pro, and now you're training with them consistently. How how fast do you think that improved your game?
Yeah, I think that was really good for me actually. I think on and off the pitch as well, because you know how it is. You start getting big time shouts and that, like with the youth team boys. You're not with them anymore. Do you know what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean? Like
that's
you're
true. Yeah,
going out. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like even off the pitch, you start thinking like how to deal with everyone and that. Like you start cracking jokes. So I'm like, nah, that's not me. Do you know what I mean? And you start kind of just learning about the game, innit? Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Just in general, like all round. And I think that that confidence as well that you get when you're doing good things now with the first team, and you're like, yeah, like this is me now. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
just kind of, I think that confidence helps you improve as well.
How was it moving into the first team change room?
Um, it was alright to be fair. Like there wasn't many guys that would give you too much of a hard time.
Yeah,
I think they kind of just understood that there's players coming up because that's how they were at one point. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Is there anybody that like per se? I always ask everybody I talk to. Is there anybody when you made that step into the change room, like put their arm around you, kind of like show you the ropes, kind of thing?
I'd probably say Pelly Ruddock,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just because I think he didn't really just like completely put his arm around me, but I think he was just looking out. You know what I mean? It was just we obviously played the same position as well, so just yeah, it was kind of like a good role model to have. Just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a young player that was coming through as well. Obviously a few years ahead, but it was just obviously good to see. And if I needed anything, I'd just say like, "Yo, pal, what do I do here?" or something. He'd just help me out. Just little things.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's like so key because like it's mad. It's like a big jump into the first team, but also it could be made a smooth one as well. And
Yeah,
I remember like when I was obviously training and stuff at Luton or whatnot, and in and around with the first team, like there was a couple guys that like helped around and like kind of helped me like make that transition. But there's also like a couple guys that
yeah,
can make it difficult. You know what I mean? Because like the times are
yeah,
different, isn't it? Like maybe for the older pros, maybe you got more like a harsh come into the thing.
yeah. You don't want
Of-
to see it. Yeah,
yeah.
see them as competition.
That's true. So it can get
But
sticky from
obviously,
there.
at the time at Ely Way, we had a few characters because I remember coming up as a youngster. Because how much older are you than me?
I
Or
think
was it
3 years older. I'm
4 years?
24.
Yeah, 21. Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Because obviously I came under 16. Sometimes we'd come up if we had like
Day release, day release.
um yeah, day release and stuff like that. So, and sometimes if we had like a week off from school,
Oh
like
yeah.
half terms and stuff, we'd come in. And honestly, some of the players from like older that left before I got there, I was so glad that they left. Like cleaning boots and stuff. Do you remember all of
um, you can't forget that stuff. I
that?
think like I don't know how it is now
Character
for like
building.
I don't know how it is for like the scholars now, but like them days were peak, fam.
Yeah, in the
Because
rain, snow, any weather, out there
yeah,
cleaning boots.
I think at the time the first team manager when I was there was John Still. But
Yeah,
there was another one after. I can't remember his name, but literally like would have to.
after.
Yeah, there was one after John Still. Hold on, who was after John Still?
I thought it was Paul Buckle before. Was that before?
Yes,
Or was that after?
I think Paul Buckle was before maybe, but
Yeah,
I
because I
was there
remember some
during
stories.
both, bro.
Yeah.
Like, like training with the first team between them two guys was long, and I remember like at a time, I think when you came in, like would have to like clean the balls and that, make sure like they're sparkling clean. Bear in
Yeah.
mind they're gonna get dirty as soon as you get out.
Dirty again. Yeah,
But nah,
that was bad.
I think it was definitely key. Like obviously the nicer pros like slapped you like good peas after like you clean the boots and
Yeah.
whatnot.